They love dogs and they love coffee. This week, we chat with Amanda from Rescue Pups, a coffee roastery located in California that's mission includes giving back to the community in a unique way.
Pour the coffee.
Well, top of the mustache to you, and welcome to another episode of Mustaches and Coffee, where the topic goes, nobody knows. I'm Isaac.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Amanda.
And we're glad to have all you mustache and coffee lovers with us. And a huge, warm welcome to our special guest, as you heard. Amanda, how are you doing?
Fantastic. How are you two?
Oh, good. Yeah.
Doing great. We are so excited to have you on. We are really intrigued by your mission and vision, and we're gonna definitely jump into that. But we're so happy to have you with us, and we're on different time zones. So thank you so much for getting your schedule lined up with ours and being able to make this work out. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out late. I still have a little bit of sunlight, but I think yours has already gone down.
Yep, it's dark.
Yeah, unfortunately, but that's just good old Ohio. That's you get to wintertime, it's like 4:30. It's already starting to get dark, sadly.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
But on that,
all flips around.
yeah. On that note, I always seem to forget about you, Ben, but I didn't. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm debuting a new hat. Ooh. So
Nice.
something different for this episode. I normally never wear hats, so I'm like, it's cold outside. I need a hat. So other than that, I'm doing okay.
I
Yeah.
like.
Thank you.
It is nice. Very nice. So you turn around the other way, you'll look like you're an artist or a painter. That's how
so
they
I'm just gonna
normally,
flip it. Yeah.
that's how they usually do those styles. So
Maybe I'll show it on the last drop. I'll do something different.
there you go. I like it.
Wear it backwards next time, and you can say that you also have a new hat, and like no one will know.
There you go. Good
Switch
idea.
it up from time to time. Yeah,
Yes.
I like that. Well, before we jump into this, just a reminder, wherever you're listening to us, wherever you're watching us, be sure you hit that like button, hit that notify bell, and subscribe. That way you'll be up to date with all things mustaches and coffee. So let's jump right into it. We're really excited to, again, have you on, Amanda, but let's start from the beginning. We're very interested to know what gave you the concept or the idea to start a coffee business.
Yeah, the love of coffee and the love of dogs, but especially rescue dogs. I've had the great opportunity to work with a roaster, and my partner and I, we've been fostering for about 4.5 years now. And I wanted a way to bring my love of coffee, but my love of rescue dogs. And how do I put that together? And how do I create something where I can give back to something that gives me so much joy, not just the coffee, but hosting the foster dogs and seeing them move on from our homes. So it's something small, and we've just started, but we're hoping that as word gets out on what we're doing and giving back to rescue organizations and still serving excellent fresh roasted coffee.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, like, you talked a little bit about it, but explain a little bit more about the vision or the mission of this coffee company when it comes to the rescue dog aspect.
Yeah. So our hope is that every month we can give back to a rescue organization. Sometimes they're pretty local to where we are here in California, but other times there's a national disaster that's going on or something that's happening somewhere that we'd like to give back to. In, I think it was August of this past year, there were some campfires up in Northern California. And so our vision that month, or not the vision that month, but our donation that month went back to helping rescue organizations who are up there gathering the animals through these fires. And it was really cool to see what was going on and how your donation was being put to use and how people are out there helping to foster these animals.
That's really
So every
cool.
month, yeah, the idea is like every month we try to find a rescue organization that we can focus on, and whatever purchases we make that month, 10% goes back to that organization. So that's our hope. It's been working so far, so we want to keep it going.
That's great. That's wonderful to hear
That's
that.
awesome.
So every purchase, it's a certain percentage that goes towards those causes that you're talking about?
Yeah, we give back 10%.
10%. That's what you mentioned. All right. That's
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna get your coffee, you might as well give back in some shape or form, and you guys are able to give that avenue. That's wonderful. That's really
Yeah.
great.
And
So
the rescue community is so big, and they're yeah, I mean, people wanna help, and people bring in dogs to their home, and you're right, if you're a coffee drinker, help the cause.
that's awesome. Yeah, and to go so if ones were going to go on and get some of your coffee, what kind of coffee blends do you offer?
We have some medium roast, we have dark roast, we have flavored, we have single origin. We've got a bit of a variety. It's definitely growing. We started with some things that we felt, hey, maybe our customers were interested in this, and we have people asking us like, "Oh, will you have this on offer soon?" And we try our best to work with the roasters to like package these things and get them out there and going. Um, so yeah, we have a variety. Drip drip ground, whole bean. We've just started doing single pod use. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, we also offer some artesian teas, loose leaf teas. So
Ooh,
we're tiny, but we're trying to do what we can to grow.
that's great.
Yeah.
That sounds good. I love tea also. I'm a coffee tea kinda guy, so
Yeah. It's so
that's
funny because the other day I had to make this post because I was trying this. It's called Mango Treat. And it's so delicious. It's like the mango flavor is so strong, and it's if I'm also I wouldn't call myself a tea girl, but, in the evening, if it's 7 o'clock, I'm probably not gonna brew coffee, I'm gonna probably want something else. So, yeah, in trying it, I'm like, "Oh, maybe I am turning into a tea lover," and you can have it warm or cold, so come summertime, I'm looking forward to some mango or some peach tea, some cold tea. Mhm.
that
Very
sounds
nice.
very refreshing.
Yeah.
So, you mentioned a little bit about it, about, working with these, animals or the shelters. So what's your favorite part of, uh, working with the dogs or helping the shelters? Is there something that, like a highlight, a favorite moment?
Yeah. Every dog that we get comes with some sort of story, right? And it's not the story from the dog. We won't know that, the real story, but we have a story of how this dog has arrived to us. And as sad as many of those stories are, these puppies, these dogs come into our home and like they create this new little life for themselves, and they go off with their forever home, and it's just like there's so much love, and in the middle of it you're doing your part to kind of get them back into this, people are okay, like things are going to be okay, and they move on to their family, and they just want love, and there's just so much love to give. So for me it's kind of that transition of dog coming in, we get to take care of this little being for a while, and then they get to find a loving home that they get to bring joy to as well. And luckily, the organization that we work with, she keeps in touch with all the foster families. So, like, we also constantly get updates after the dogs have gone to their forever home, and it's like it makes you smile.
Oh,
So, yeah, just knowing if they have a story and they come in a little bit timid or scared, and then they leave you, and it's like a whole different dog.
aw.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
So nice.
wonderful. We love to hear stories like that, and if you look on your site, there's different blends. You talked about what kind of blends you guys offer, but there's unique names to them. I see Cosmos Caramel,
yeah.
Cooper's Cowboy Blend. So you mentioned like a story. What's the story with the names on these blends?
Yeah, first, I should say that I love alliteration. Anything that flows off the tongue so nicely, cosmos, caramel. Um, I wanted to somehow work the dogs into some of the coffees, and we've had plenty of dogs where it's like, oh, almost the name of every dog can go with one of the coffees that we offer. So yeah, we're slowly changing some of the coffees over to foster dogs that we've had. And a little side note, Cosmo's Caramel, Cosmo is one of the pups you see on our logo because he was our foster fail. And
Oh,
so I don't know if you know the term foster fail. You're intending to foster them and then give them a home to somebody else, but then we end up failing and we keep them. So now he is our little love. but yeah, we're trying to keep our fosters and our memories alive by naming some of our coffees after them.
That's great.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. So, like, when you hear the community's response,
Yeah.
you're doing this great thing with helping out foster dogs. What has been some of the comments or impact you've seen from the community with your mission?
Yeah, they're so welcoming, right? They have this idea and this belief too. We have all these dogs out there and we can take care of them. So they've been super positive with, how can we support you? Thank you for supporting us. And it's a partnership. We want to share your mission and you're helping us kind of with the donations. We have some that are inviting us to adoption events like, oh, can you come and, people are out here for hours. Can you come serve some tea or some coffee? And they've been very, very welcoming of um, keeping rescuing kind of going. I don't know if you can hear them. There's
There-
probably a loose leaf going by.
There's proof. You got
Yes.
puppies that you house right there.
A moment, and they sit at the window, and there are 2 dogs going by right now, but
That's awesome.
very protective.
That's
I'm
it.
sorry.
That's
Protector.
that's how dogs are. They're very protective. All the dogs we've had, doesn't matter the size of the dog we've had, they're very protective. So
Yeah.
that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
great. We love to hear that noise. We love again your story. That's just so touching to see what you're able to accomplish and doing it through coffee. That's a
Yeah.
wonderful. I mean, we
Yeah.
love coffee, so we love that story. So thank you for sharing that story with us. What we do like to do on Mustaches and Coffee, though, we'd like to, for our guests, run them through what we call universal questions. We've been doing it rapid fire style here recently. So I'm going to throw it over to Ben, and he's going to put you on the hot seat for a minute.
All right, let's do it.
All right, Amanda, are you all ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Pancakes or waffles?
Definitely waffles, and it needs to be waffles with, like, whipped butter in each of the little squares with syrup on top.
Yes.
I love pancakes, but if I were to go order at a restaurant that offered both, it would be waffles.
Nice. Yeah, like you said, you got those little crevices. You can put the syrup in each
Oh,
one.
yeah.
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 Those are always fun. So here's a really random one. In your opinion, is cereal actually soup?
Hmm. I'm gonna go with a no if cold cereal, because I think by definition, soup is, like, with boiled meat? It's boiled something, so I'm gonna go with a no on that.
Some cereals you do question if there is meat in it, though. Those things they
Yeah.
put in it.
In that case, if it's warmed up, I might change my mind.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want to think about it, but yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, I haven't met anybody yet that said that cereal is soup. So yeah,
Yeah.
cereal is
No.
soup. Anyways, uh, if you could be famous, what would you be famous for?
I think maybe I would be famous. Okay, these are like normal real people job things. Something with traveling, but like also doing like experiences while I was traveling and like talking myself into and out of the activity at the same time. Because it would be just very entertaining. That's
Nice.
all I got for you.
That works perfect.
yeah.
What's the most random fact you know? If you know of any random facts.
Yeah, I should have a bucket full of them. I'll keep it dog related, but I found recently that reggae music is actually calming for dogs because the rhythm is like almost equivalent to their heartbeat.
Hmm.
Can we call that a fact? It says
That's a
research.
Yeah.
fact.
Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
It is random.
yeah,
I didn't know that. That counts for sure.
yeah. Okay, cool.
Cool.
I'm gonna have to
I
play
like
it for my cats to see if the cats have a different reaction.
Yeah, try it.
Especially my one cat, he only has like 2 teeth left. So, anyways, yeah.
all toothless. That's what we call
Yep,
them.
all toothless. Yep.
Poor thing.
Yeah. So, we are Mustaches and Coffee. So, we have to ask you, Do you have a favorite mustache? Perhaps one that is on a celebrity?
Okay. It doesn't have to be like current day celebrities, right?
Mhm.
Anything you can think
Okay.
of.
So first mustache that came to my mind was Freddie Mercury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'm just gonna either age myself or say a lot about myself. Um, 80s Top Gun mustache, like I'm cool with.
Mhm.
Couldn't give you a
Oh, yeah.
celebrity. Uh,
I
I
know what
guess
you mean.
like
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
perfect.
they kinda have the thick like, you're thinking like Tom Selleck-ish? That
yeah,
was very old
but like
80s.
Yeah.
clean, right? Yeah.
Right.
Bold.
Thick and clean.
I don't know. Clean, sure.
That I think that's a good pick on our end because we can't go wrong with the handlebar, but we do like unique choices. Those
Okay.
are the type of answers we're looking for. So I think that's a great answer on both
Thanks.
sides.
Very true.
So with that, since we're mustaches and coffee, we also are curious to know what's your favorite coffee?
Favorite coffee. I will drink any type of coffee. I do prefer something with some creamer, little sweetener, something with some flavor. When it is cold out, I prefer a hot coffee. But all summer, I'm like full 1 cup of warm coffee in the morning, and then like I leave the rest to cool down, and then that's my afternoon cold coffee. Um, yeah. So depending on weather, hot coffee, cold coffee, I'll drink anything, but give me something to put in it. Like
Yeah.
I need a French vanilla. I need give me milk. I don't care. Like I'm pretty easy, but I mean, I have had just black coffee. It's not my coffee of choice, but I'm not picky.
Yeah.
I like go to sleep thinking like, "Oh, the routine and the coffee and the smell in the morning is going to be so nice." Like that's how
Oh,
much I
yes.
drink.
Well, even if you put like the sugar and cream and whatnot, do you have a particular blend? That's what I'm curious. What kind with all the blends you offer? Is there one specific you like?
um I love our Cosmo caramel, not just because of Cosmo, but because of the flavoring. Medium dark roast.
Yeah,
I'm all for it.
gotcha.
Sounds great.
Very good. I like those answers. Those are good answers. I think we can agree with. And I like my coffee black, but I know sometimes depending, like you were saying, if it's hot outside or if it's cold, sometimes you put something sweet in it every once in a while.
Yeah.
Treat yourself, have some
Oh,
fun.
Yeah,
yeah.
there you go.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the questions we have to get you off the hot seat there. So we appreciate all the answers that you had and for coming on.
For sure.
I think I'm gonna go order myself some coffee because I can never have too much coffee, number one. But number two, being able to help a cause that you're doing, we have to commend you for that. So knowing
Yeah.
that some of that is going to go towards a good cause. So thank you so much
Yeah.
for telling your story and sharing that with us.
Yeah, thank you both for the invite. This
Of
is
course.
awesome. Love your idea of the podcast and looking forward to more episodes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for that. So before we wrap things up, though, we're going to move into our last segment.
Last drop.
Brought to you by Contempa Coffee and Roastery. Visit our store or our site at contemparoast.com today. Take it away, Ben.
It's getting cold outside. With the cold comes competition. Soon, the annual hair freezing competition will take effect this year once it reaches negative 21 degrees Fahrenheit in Yukon, Canada. The man and the woman with the best frozen hair wins $2,000. Here's a photo of the last year's competition. That's what I got.
Well, that's quite a interesting event to be dealing with. Do you guys you don't really deal with the cold out there in California, do you? Not really.
Cold to cold to me is like anything below 70. uh, we get it changes. Yeah, you see your breath in the morning, but I'm probably not going to see snow where we are.
That looks
Yeah,
frigid probably to you then,
yeah,
but that
yeah.
Yes.
that
Hey, but
that
I have
almost
a
looks
question about the hair thing. Like, what, would it snap if you like?
I would think it would.
Possibly if it's cold enough. I've done that. I mean, I was just about to say in the wintertime that looks like my backyard. Like we have a little
Oh,
pond, so if you jumped in it, it'd probably look like that. But I can't say for sure that I've snapped my hair off when it's done that because I've been out in the cold where it rained and then it dropped below and my hair was still wet. So
okay.
it's kind of fun. It's not good because you can get sick from it, but
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I guess if you're in the Canada area, maybe that's a competition that you might want to enter. So, we just had on about mustache competition, a guest on that. I don't know. Maybe we'll see some of those venture their way up to Canada, or if they're like me, stay as far away from the cold. I don't want anything to do with it. So, well, well, thank you for that, Ben. That's very informative and good for us to all to know.
Yeah, and if you have any other funny news articles or anything that you would want to have us share on our podcast, feel free to email us at mustachesandcoffee@yahoo.com.
Great.
Nice.
We'll keep that in mind. And before we wrap things up, we want to make sure, Amanda, you are able to have kind of the spotlight here. So, where can people find you? Where can people get your coffee from?
Yeah, you can find us on Instagram at Rescue Pup Coffee Co. You can also go onto the website, rescuepupcoffeeco.com. And while you're there, you can enter a coupon code, a discount code, mustache10 to save 10% on your order.
There
Awesome.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so be sure to do that. That's a special uh, little treat we're doing is a discount. So we appreciate you offering that. We highly recommend you guys again to all ones. I can't see the text very well, but it says mustache 10. We want to be sure to emphasize that. Use that code at checkout. We got the QR code up there, so be sure to check them out. And like I said, I'm going to be going and ordering some myself. So
Yeah, same here.
highly recommend them. So with that said, why don't we make sure we do our due diligence there, Ben? So where can people find us at?
Yeah, as was mentioned at the onset of our program, we're on YouTube, so we would love for you to subscribe to us, ring the bell notification. That way, when new episodes come out, you're automatically notified. We're on all the socials, Facebook, Twitter. We're also on Spotify and all the other audio programs. And we're actually now on Twitch. So if you want to hang out with us and watch us game, we now have a Twitch account. And yeah, that's how you can get a hold of us.
Great. Yeah, be sure to check us out. You never know. We might be playing some old school Mario or all that good stuff. And if you like that, then be sure to jump on in and connect with us because we'd love to have some commentary. We're the type that like to just have fun and kind of goof around. And to add to Ben as well, I'm going to throw up our QR code there also for our online store. So if you want some mustache and coffee merch, if you want a hat, if you want a shirt, mug, all that good stuff, there's the code. You can check us out right there. So again, we want to thank you so much, Amanda, for coming on. We really enjoyed your story. We think it's awesome what you're doing. So keep up the good work.
Thank you so much. Appreciate the opportunity to come and kind of share our story. So thank you.
Of course. Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. And of course, you're welcome back anytime, but we'll be, like I said, I think I'm putting my order in right now as we speak. So
Thanks, guys.
well, thank you. So as we always say, don't bash the stash.
I need espresso for the depresso.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.